Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
This is elevator action running in MAME on my modded Xbox. It was released in the arcades by Tato in 1983, and you probably would know all of this if you watched my gameplay of the conversion on the ZX Spectrum. I've played the second version in the arcade, but I couldn't get the first one to work in CoinUps 8. However, I then went into Hypervision, which is a different emulator on it, and I saw that it worked fine, so I thought I've got to give it a go now. I've got to give it a go, at least so I can, you know, compare it to how good a conversion it was on the ZX Spectrum. Anyway, I'm going to repeat myself a bit here, but basically you play Agent 17 and you have to infiltrate a building with 36 stories from the roof and get to the basement. Along the way there will be certain doors that flash red, which you have to access and get documents from, of which you never see. In the middle of the building, initially, and later on in random sort of spots, there was a bunch of elevators. The elevator you have no control over, and there you go, until you stand in it. When you're in it, you can press up and or down to, well, go up or down and look for the doors. People will come out of these doors and they can fire and shoot at you, but you can also fire back, you can duck, and you can jump. And right off the bat, obviously, it's, oh look, he just killed him underneath the elevator. That answers the question from when I played on the ZX Spectrum, which is, can you do that? You can in the arcades. This was an extremely popular arcade machine, and like I said, it was converted to, he's just killed me, the Spectrum, Amstrad, and the Commodore. Right, so let's get straight into it. There's elevators as well. They kind of work in the same manner that the there's escalators, I should say. They kind of work in the same manner that the elevators do. I do like that title screen. It's really, really cool, because obviously it's basically your Bond, aren't you? Your budget Bond. Right, 1 or 2 player. Obviously it's not simultaneous. And here we go. So score, high score at the top in the pink. Immediately it doesn't start like the Spectrum. Surely you landed on a helicopter. Surely doing a tow cable like that would be easier than it would be to draw a whole bloody helicopter. I don't know. It's not amazing graphics. It's 1983. Right, so here we go. Jump. I can fire in the air. That's a whole new thing. Although to be fair, I probably didn't even try that on the Spectrum. Now, dependent upon where the handle is on the door, if these doors were red, I press down there to go into it. Those doors on the other side of the elevator, I would have to stand on the right of them. Oh, I'm dead. Even though I land on top of the elevator. But I thought you could jump. I want to make sure you can jump the hole. It's well frisky, innit, with the number of blokes coming. Don't stand on top of the elevator, or, well, you can there, but in the Spectrum version, it always goes straight up and crushes your head. But you can't jump. Oh no, you can. You can't jump when the elevator. I get it. When the elevator's wire is there, you can't jump it, which makes sense. You know, physics and shit. Look, it's got realistic physics. But if it goes go up, I wanna. That's entirely on me. The elevator isn't as bloody slow or take. Oh, yeah, that's when you shoot the lights, I believe. So it goes power out because you're a spy and shit, and you operate best in the dark. And I'm shite at it. Bagging a load of money. But yeah, I'm just still finding my way around with the controls. Obviously, you would expect it to be such. The controls are far tighter on this than they are on the Spectrum. They're really, really responsive. That's not to say the Spectrum version isn't great, or isn't good, I should say. It's not going to be compared directly to this, but this makes me realise what a good conversion it is. Right, stay in the lift. Plus you can totally piss death with your gun. You know, kind of like guns in real life. There you go, do you see it? I shot the bowl and it fell to the floor. I can't duck when I'm on the elevator, which makes sense because obviously up or down controls the elevator, which means I'm a sitting duck. Right, so we get to the escalators before we get to see our first red door. So if you see the door handle was on the right, the music's shit. Bollocks. I say it's really more, far more responsive than Spectrum. Bloody wasn't then. How do I get in the door? There you go, you've got to be really close to it. Kind of like real doors. Again, physics. Dark. Man, when I said you spit death, so do they. Get up. Right, so go down the escalator, get really close to the escalator, and there you go. Right, so we want to go down here. I'm trying to think what other games are out in 1983 in the arcades that would have been graphic powerhouses. Star Wars was, wasn't it? Get up. Oh, that was lucky. I didn't think that was going to happen. Look, so it's giving me 500 points. What exactly it is when we go in these doors, we collect, it's going to destroy the whole building, I don't know. Now, 36 stories. Does that mean then it rinses and repeats and mixes things up? Or that's the game and then you play for high scores? I honestly don't know. Because, it's so early. Well, it's not early, the arcade machine's been knocking around since the late 70s. That's not fair, because at that point my elevator was flush on the bottom of the floor, so technically I should have been able to duck. Yeah, I know, I'm pissing and moaning. Move! I wish elevators were this quick and were in real life. You got to be totally on the door to go in the door. Thank fuck they haven't learned to duck yet. But this game would be balls horrifically hard. I want to try and kill someone with the elevator, because I'm a bit of a shit like that. Kind of dark if you think about it, that it's in this game. Well, I don't know who arms this spy, their version of Q Branch, but thanks for the gun, it never runs out of bullets and fails like a death machine. I knew that was going to happen because I shouldn't have said anything, should I? That's on me. That's on me. Bollocks. I thought I was shite at the Spectrum version. I wonder why they changed that bit. I haven't played the Commodore, the Amstrad version, so I don't know. Maybe it's in those versions. And there's a NES port, there's a Famicom port, and I think NES port is by someone else. I don't know. Watch my Spectrum video. I do like that. Now I understand what it is, because I didn't understand what it was on the Spectrum version. I thought, is the ROM or the tap file? Is it gone tits asunder? Right. Do you use that to your advantage? Oh, lucky. So, you can get shot in the elevator, but you can't get shot on the escalator. Think of this building's power bill, man. Is that my first door? I don't know. Again, the escalator's a lot easier to ride than the elevators. I was terrified of escalators when I was a kid. I'm talking like, 4 or 5 it. I thought, what happens if my shoelace gets in it? Oh, it's going to skin me alive. No, you bastard, go back up. I've got to go in the door on the other side. I'm repeating a shitload of myself from this Spectrum version. And again, that shows you what a really decent conversion it is. It's not as quick or as responsive, but it's elevator action. I was going to say escalator action. That should have been the sequel, not elevator action 2. Escalator action. Oh, I did the exact same thing, only I got shot in the face at point blank range this time. Mixing the music up would have been nice. Also, who's the bad guy in Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, who's got the burnt hand? Every single bad guy in this game's him. Ooh, that's an inherent flaw again. If you're on the floor, if you can go no further down than you see the floor, down the floor, you should let you duck. That's not me blaming my tools. I mean, it's just common sense. Surely, oh look, doors just appear. It's the fucking TARDIS. The TARDIS from that show before it became fucking woke as shit. Right, come on. When I can duck, I should remember to duck. Right, stay there. You have to press up to stand up and duck to down. It's not to duck to down. It's not like if you let go of it, you stand up. Don't cross my nonce. Right, how quickly you exit the door is dependent upon how quickly you press a button. But if you don't press a button, you stay in there for a bit, a while in fact, but not indefinitely. Come on. This is the most boring spy. I think for him, it's a fun enough game, especially for 1983. But yeah, for him, this is the shittest spy mission ever. I wonder what the other 16 spies are doing. Not getting shot in the face at point blank range. See, I could still go down then though, so I'll forgive it for that one. I just want to get to the... Well, I never got to the bottom of it on the Spectrum, so fair's fair and all that. Gunk. Bink. I do like that metallic noise. It's metallicious. Right. Slug it down. I haven't had a level yet, have I? With a door at the... Oh no, I think I had one. See, does the darkness stop me getting shot? Because if so... Oh, look at that. Right, so the elevator is actually quite responsive. Shot you in the knees, you fucker. That was a wall. Is that new? So I've got to go down. You won't let me fall down in full. Oh, that was lucky. Yeah, and then up and around. Wow. Such futuristic gameplay. Hey! I'm razzing on it a bit, but it's a cool concept, it really is. Just gotta use some better music. Oh, what am I worried about? There's a friggin' wall in the way. I do like that. They don't attempt to fire if you're... No, not... You're coming down the escalator, but you're not actually on the floor yet. Because if they know, what's the point? They probably don't. And now they're going to prove me wrong. Hey! That's cool as well. Obviously, the wire blocks your shots. Go on. Come on. You know, I said in the Spectrum game it should play Muzak or something. Well, this is pretty much that, isn't it? So, careful what you wish for. Oh, could have had a budget haircut then. Right, come on. They really do sound like meat bags when your shot connects. Listen. Oh, I thought I was pressing dart. Don't put me back up. Hey, I forgot it. It doesn't. Ah! Saw you coming that time. Yeah, the innovators. You got to remember, use them to your advantage because they are actually quite responsive. I'm playing this on an Xbox Duke pad, so I don't know if that's not helping. They're ducking! You got jump! Holy fuckballs! Game over? Game over. I'm going to call it quits there. Elevator action, first of all, makes you realise how accurate a port the Spectrum version was. This is far more responsive. Obviously, you wouldn't think that from how I played it, but I'm going to blame the D-pad there. It's probably a bit more responsive with the clunky joystick. I should have seen if this was on my Falcon A13. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you played this. I think a few people said they had played this in my Spectrum version comment section. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.